Hi everybody, this is Kenneth Wong, a Burmese American writer, translator and language instructor. မင်္ဂလာပါခင်ဗျာ ကျွန်တော်နာမည် Kenneth Wong ပါ ဗမာစာဆရာ စာရေးဆရာ နောက်ပြီးတော့ဘာသာပြန်ဆရာတယောက်ဖြစ်ပါတယ် If you're an intermediate learner, you probably know simple sentences like ညစာချက်မယ် ညစာချက်မယ် I'll make dinner. But what's the difference between ညစာပေးချက်မယ် ညစာပေးချက်မယ် and ညစာချက်ပေးမယ် ညစာချက်ပေးမယ် The position of the auxiliary verb pay, whether it comes before a verb or after a verb, change the sentence meaning. One means to make dinner as a favor for somebody, the other means to allow somebody to make dinner, and that's the lesson for today. A quick breakdown here. Nyaza is the word for dinner. Chemme is the future form of chatte, to cook, to make a meal. But if you say nyaza chep peme, nyaza chep peme, that means I'll make dinner for you, for him, for her, for someone else. The form verb followed by pay means to do something as a favor or to do something for someone else benefit. What about nyaza pe chemme? Nyaza pe chemme. This is where the auxiliary verb pay comes before the verb rather than follow the verb. That means to let him or her or you or someone make dinner. When pay comes before a verb, it means to allow somebody to perform that action. So here's the primary difference. Nyaza chep peme. Nyaza chep peme. That is, I'll make dinner for you. Nyaza pe chemme. Nyaza pe chemme. That means I'll let you make dinner. Now imagine you're in a touristy spot. If you feel like taking photo, you might say tapong yai me. Tapong yai me. That's a simple future statement. I'll take a photo. Tapong is photo. Yai me is the future form of the verb yaite, to take a shot, to take a photo. Suppose at the same place you see somebody struggling to take a selfie and you want to offer to help them. That means I'll take the photo for you. In this case, you'll have to say tapong yai pe me. Tapong yai pe me. I'll take a photo for you. On the other hand, if you see somebody very beautifully dressed and you want to ask for permission to take their photo, that means you want them to let you take a photo. You'll have to say tapong pe yai pa. Tapong pe yai pa. Notice the pa at the end of the sentence. That means a command form or a request form, no longer a future sentence. And notice that in this case, the auxiliary verb pe precedes the verb yai because you're asking somebody to let you do something. Tapong pe yai pa, please let me take your photo. Now let's stay at the same tourist spot. Suppose you don't really like the way your selfies are turning out because the angle is not quite right, and you spotted a kind person and you want them to take a photo for you. You would say tapong yai pe ba. Tapong yai pe ba. The auxiliary verb pe following the main verb yai means to do something as a favor, in this case as a favor for you. So tapong yai pe ba is a request. That means please take a photo for me, or please take my photo, will you? To make things a little clearer, let's add a subject and an object in our statement. For example, chano thin thingo tapong yai pe de. Chano thin thingo tapong yai pe de. Chano is the subject. Thin thin is marked with the object marker go. So thin thin is the object in this case. Tapong yai pe de. To take a photo as a favor. For who? For thin thin in that case. The object. So chano thin thingo tapong yai pe de. I took a photo for thin thin. But instead, if you say chano thin thingo tapong pe yai de. Chano thin thingo tapong pe yai de. The same subject, the same object. But in this case, that means I let thin thin take a photo. Now let's go back to the dinner example. Chano nyaza chemme. Chano nyaza chemme. That's a simple future statement that means I'll make dinner. ကျွန်တော်သင်သင်ကိုညစာချက်ပေးမယ်ကျွန်တော်သင်သင်ကိုညစာချက်ပေးမယ် That means I'll make dinner for Thin Thin as a favor for Thin Thin for Thin Thin's benefit. On the other hand, what would happen if I say ကျွန်တော်သင်သင်ကိုညစာပေးချက်မယ်ကျွန်တော်သင်သင်ကိုညစာပေးချက်မယ် In this case, I'm saying I'll let Thin Thin make me dinner. One last example. ကျွန်တော်ဗမာစာသင်တယ်ကျွန်တော်ဗမာစာသင်တယ် That means I teach Burmese. But if I say ကျွန်တော်သင်သင်ကိုဗမာစာသင်ပေးတယ်ကျွန်တော်သင်သင်ကိုဗမာစာသင်ပေးတယ် I'm saying I taught Thin Thin Burmese. It implies that Thin Thin is one of my students and I'm teaching her Burmese as a favor to her for her benefits. But what would happen if I change the position of the auxiliary verb pay and I say ကျွန်တော်သင်သင်ကိုဗမာစာပေးသင်တယ်ကျွန်တော်သင်သင်ကိုဗမာစာပေးသင်တယ် That means I let Thin Thin teach Burmese. It implies that I have a language school and Thin Thin is one of the people who apply to teach there and I allow her to teach Burmese at my school. It might also mean I let her teach me Burmese. Either case, that means I'm letting Thin Thin do the action. Allow her to teach. To wrap up, if a verb is followed by the auxiliary verb pay, as in ညစာချက်ပေးမယ်ဓာတ်ပုံရိုက်ပေးမယ်ဗမာစာသင်ပေးမယ် that means to do this action as a favor for somebody, for someone else benefit. ညစာချက်ပေးမယ် will make dinner for someone. ဓာတ်ပုံရိုက်ပေးမယ် will take photo for someone. ဗမာစာသင်ပေးမယ် will teach someone Burmese as a favor to them for their benefit. On the other hand, if a verb is preceded by the auxiliary verb pay, as in ညစာပေးချက်မယ်ဓာတ်ပုံပေးရိုက်မယ်ဗမာစာပေးသင်မယ် that means to allow somebody to make that action. ညစာပေးချက်မယ် will allow somebody to make dinner. ဓာတ်ပုံပေးရိုက်မယ် will let somebody take photo. ဗမာစာပေးသင်မယ် will let somebody teach Burmese. Now, try using these two different forms with the other verbs that you know. And show me what you come up with in the comments section and I can give you feedback. Until next time, I'm Kenneth Wong. Namadweme. See you later.